So when you think about selling a house, what's the first thing that comes to mind? Probably a for sale sign on the lawn and a real estate agent, right? But what if there's another path? Today, we're going to explore a faster, more direct route for homeowners, the cash offer. Let's see how it completely changes the game.
Okay, let's just get real for a second. What is the absolute hardest part of selling a house? I mean, is it the waiting, the endless waiting, having strangers walk through your personal space, or just that constant worry about unexpected costs popping up? For most of us, the whole process is just packed with headaches. First, you've got to find an agent you actually trust. Then you're sinking money and time into repairs you won't even be there to enjoy. Then come the showings, which completely take over your life. And after all that, you could wait months for a sale, only for it to fall through at the last minute because the buyer's loan didn't come through. Oh, and if it does work out, you're still handing over thousands in commissions and fees. Ugh.
Yeah, it's a lot. But what if there was a way to just bypass nearly every single one of those pain points? A way to just get it done?
Well, this alternative is known as the cash home buyer model. And to really get how it works in the real world, we're going to use the process of one company, Golden Rule Home Solutions, as our example. So what in the world is a cash home buyer? Here's the most crucial thing to get. They aren't listing your house for somebody else to buy. They are the buyer. They buy your property directly from you using their own cash. And that simple fact just removes the real estate agents and the entire bank loan headache from the equation. All right, so how does this whole direct sale thing actually work? Let's break down the mechanics, because honestly, the simplicity is kind of the whole point.
Believe it or not, it really boils down to just 3 steps. First, you reach out with your property info. Super simple. Second, you get a fair, no-obligation cash offer. And this can happen incredibly fast, sometimes in just an hour. And third, and this is huge, if you accept that offer, you are in the driver's seat. You pick the closing date that works for your schedule.
Okay, but here's what I think is the real game changer with this model. It's a core promise that just flips the whole process on its head. They buy your house as is. So what does that actually mean?
As is means exactly what it sounds like. You don't have to fix that leaky roof. You don't have to touch that dated kitchen. You don't even have to clean up. Seriously, they'll buy a house even if it's a total mess. The condition doesn't matter, because the offer they make already factors in whatever work they'll have to do.
Okay, so this is what it all comes down to, right? Let's put the traditional way with an agent right up against this direct buyer model, a real head-to-head comparison.
This is where the rubber meets the road. How do the finances, the fees, and maybe most importantly, the timelines, how do they really stack up when you put them side by side?
When you see it like this, man, the differences are just crystal clear. Traditionally, you're paying 6 to 8% in commissions, plus another 2% in closing costs. With this direct model, zero, none. They cover it. Then there's that financing contingency, where about 15% of normal sales just fall apart. With a cash buyer, that risk is gone. But look at the time and control. An average of 91 days to sell is replaced by an immediate offer, and you get to choose your closing date.
So let's just boil down the financial bottom line here. With a direct buyer, you pay 0 commissions. You pay 0 closing costs. You pay for 0 repairs. And you completely avoid that risk of a buyer's loan falling through. It's just a totally different financial ballgame.
Okay, so this sounds pretty amazing, right? But let's be real, it's obviously not the perfect solution for every single person. So we gotta ask, who is this really for? Let's dig into that central trade-off.
Yeah, this is a super important question. What kind of situation makes a homeowner say, you know what, I'm going to go this route instead of the traditional one?
Well, the answer a lot of the time comes down to some really tough, time-sensitive situations. I mean, think about facing foreclosure, where every single day counts, or inheriting a property you can't manage, going through a divorce, or needing to move for a job like yesterday. This model is also perfect for houses that are just hard to sell, vacant homes, damaged ones, places with liens. In these cases, the certainty of a fast sale can be way more valuable than holding out for top dollar.
And you know that human side of it is so important. For people in these exact spots, this can be a total lifeline. Just listen to what one customer, Lavonda Faust, had to say. She felt the process was trustworthy and fair, and that they helped her in every way.
So really, this is what it all boils down to. It's a fundamental choice. Are you aiming to get the absolute maximum price for your house, even if it takes months and comes with all that risk and hassle? Or do you value speed, certainty, and just plain convenience more?
You know, at the end of the day, the big takeaway here isn't that one way is better than the other. That's not the point. The point is that you, as a homeowner, now have a clear choice between two very different paths, each with its own pros and cons, depending on your life and your situation.
And that really leaves us with the one big question every homeowner has to answer for themselves. When it comes to something as huge as your house, what's truly more valuable to you, your time or your money? Your answer to that question will tell you exactly which path is the right one for you.